What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another post game here on Rangers Central, and the win streak, the losing streak is over. They beat the Wild. There you go. They beat the Wild in overtime, 3-2, and they actually won in overtime. Can you believe that? I can't believe it. But either way, the Rangers end up getting 2 points tonight, which sets them up in even more of a spot to where they have to win Saturday if they want to make the playoffs, because they play the Columbus Blue Jackets again, who they are still behind because of the fact that Columbus has a game in hand. We're going to talk about this game, though. Before we jump in everything, leave a like on your way in. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and turn on your notifications so you know when I upload or go live. You guys want it? You guys want? I'll give it to Schneider on that one. It didn't help the agenda. It didn't. But and I knew, yeah, I knew I was gonna get a comment like this after he scored the winner. I'll give it to him on that goal. It was a nice goal. Does not change my opinion, obviously, but I'll give it to him. That was a nice goal. That overtime winner. The way that he was able to pull that move off and get to the backhand, pull that little toe drag there, pull it to the backhand and rip that. I'll give it to him. I'll give credit there. That was a really nice goal. The Wild looked like the Rangers tonight at points in terms of being power play merchants, though, to be honest with you, because they were only getting their goals on the power play. Granted, they did generate a good amount at 5-on-5. I don't want to say they didn't, but just, most of the goals happening there for Minnesota on the power play. Didn't love either one that Igor let up. Didn't love the defensive play on either of those goals. That's neither here nor there, though. We have 16 games left. I'm not going to sit here and say anything else about the defense here. Like, it's very abundantly clear there's 16 games left. What do you want me to say? This is who they are. This is who they are. And yeah, the Wild definitely missed Kaprizov tonight to bury a few of those chances that they got there. They had no Eriksson Ek and no Brodin, so you beat who's in front of you, though, right? I'm agreeing with what the comments are saying about the Rempe thing, and I'm not someone that sits here and, blames the refs a lot for everything and says that's stupid, but that call on Rempe was terrible. That call was just completely garbage. It was a collision. It was an awkward collision. It's unfortunate what happened on the other end of the collision. Shouldn't have been a penalty. That was garbage there. And that resulted in Minnesota getting that Marcus Johansson goal there. But that was a garbage call. And I agree with this comment. Didn't score, but nice game from Cooley. I agree with this. Cooley did have a good game, and he needed that rebound type of game, because I've not liked his play lately at all. He's been making a lot of mistakes. He played a good game today, though, so I'm happy with that. I'll hold back on the Carson Soucy thing. I'll hold back. I'll bite my tongue, because 16 games left. 16 left. I'm going to bite my tongue at this point. When they lose, I won't hold back. When they win, I'm going to bite my tongue. And Nicole, you're saying what I'm thinking. I'm not going to get into it. I'm just not. You guys want me to let it out, but I don't know how else to add to the Carson Soucy thing, to be honest with you. I don't have anything new to bring to the table with Carson Soucy. He's a tall traffic cone, which is what we expected him to be. I got nothing there. Yeah, and don't get me started on this too, because the whole reason one of those penalties even happened is because of Chris Kreider just making a completely idiotic pass in the neutral zone. But again, bite my tongue, bite my tongue, right? In terms of the goals that were scored, Vinny Trocheck got on the board, fanned on the chance, but he got the second one. That was a nice little pass there by Will Cooley, though, to find Trocheck coming down the slot there. Would have been prettier if he buried it there because it would have been a nice little passing sequence between Keandre Miller, Will Cooley, Vinny Trocheck, but wasn't pretty, but the goal still happened. Trocheck got them on the board. Marcus Johansson ended up scoring because just a very easy carry up the ice there because let's set up in a 1-3-1 formation. Well, they're at the end of killing the penalty, but let's set up as far back as possible instead of setting up in the neutral zone. Johansson walks in, Igor lets in a goal that he probably shouldn't have. But then Johnny Brodzinski not too late after would tie it, getting a nice little snipe. Zach Jones, beautiful, beautiful play there to carry it up the ice. Rempe got an assist on this one as well. I get that people don't like Jones. I get that he's polarizing. I get that on the power play. He's not giving as much as he maybe would like, but granted, who is on the power play? But I will take plays like that from him. I will. Frederick Gaudreau left wide open. Will Borgen, Euro Vakanainen, puck watching. What do you want me to say? And then Braden Schneider. Braden Schneider. The power play is definitely a concern, though, now. 0 for 3. Yeah, I know what you guys are saying in the chat, that Lafreniere's not been good. So this is my only counter to this, Hockey Dad. I'm not saying that this applies to you, but there are fans that this does apply to. So how come when Will Borgen was thriving in his first 2 weeks here, everyone was like ready to hand this guy a Norris trophy and everyone was thrilled about the extension? But when it's the other way around and a guy comes in and is not doing well, it's let's give him time and let him settle in. I just I don't think you can have it both ways there. And sure, it's a small sample size with Susie here, but at the same time, you knew what you were getting with him. And I agree with this. Like, Dahan was not great. Like, let's not get it twisted here, but at this point, Calvin Dahan might be a better option than Carson Susie. He might just be. And yeah, I agree with this comment that they give up way too much ice to puck carriers. I agree with that one. Because they just, I don't know. It's just weird. They play just so passive. Thank you for the $2. Ollie, both got the dub. Congrats to you guys. Thank you. I appreciate the $2. I know I'm not disagreeing. I'm biting my tongue. I'm biting my tongue here. I'm trying. Because there's 16 games left. You guys know how I feel. You guys know. I have what's the point anymore? Yeah, I agree with this, that I didn't understand why Chris Kreider was out there to start overtime, especially. I didn't get that one either. But did not matter. One thing I am surprised about is that Zuccarello didn't score tonight. I thought that was a lock. Yeah, they have a hard time reading plays on the rush. Yeah. This comment right here. But I'm also again, I'm not going to go in circles with this one. I just you guys know. You guys know it's how I feel. Yeah, I thought Zuccarello was going to win it in overtime for sure. I thought that I thought he was going to score earlier in the game too at one point. I didn't he was all right. Panarin tonight. There were just a couple of yet again lazy plays from him where it's like what the hell are you doing, man? But same thing. How did Berard look? Not good tonight, sadly. But that's fine. I want him to go through the growing pains right now. I want him to be out there going through the motions and getting used to NHL games. The season is what it is right now. I'd rather see the young guys out there. Thank you for the $2. They're not in a wild card spot because Columbus has a game in hand on them. So they're technically for right now not in a spot, but I could change it. Looks like Ottawa's locking up that top wild card spot though. They're starting to run away with that 5-game win streak they're on. And then yeah, Saturday is just a big game. Saturday is a big game if the Rangers want to make it. Yeah, Ottawa's been really good lately. So I feel like right now, I mean, nothing's a guarantee, but I think it's safe to say they're going to make the playoffs at this point. I think it's very safe to say. Now it really comes down to who grabs that last spot, and no team is really on a heater right now. Columbus is 500 in their last 10. Same with the Rangers. They just have a couple of overtime losses. Montreal's heated up a bit, but they're just one over 500 in their last 10. Detroit has not been great, but they did win yesterday. So could this be a start of another 7-game win streak? Because that's something they're doing where they're going on big winning streaks and then big losing streaks. And then you got your, shot in the dark teams like Boston and the Islanders. Thank you for the $2. Whoever second wild card sees Washington. Most likely, yeah. I mean, there is a world where Florida could catch up to Washington. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. It could happen though, because 9 points back. Washington does have a game in hand though. It would be tough, but we've seen shit happen. Who knows? But you're probably right. That's most likely going to be Washington. No, I wouldn't sit Othman. Again, let him go through. Let him go through it. Let him go through growing pains. He's checked out. He knows he's gone this offseason. Do I think they'll make it? I don't know. Probably because just somehow they'll pull it out of their ass. I'm not saying that I'm like completely confident about it and standing on it. I'm just telling you that I just get this gut feeling that they're somehow going to make it because the vibes are just going to be so down going into the playoffs. And um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they're somehow going to pull it out of their ass and get in. That doesn't matter with the playoff format. If it was 1 through 8, Ottawa catching New Jersey would matter, but in this format, that doesn't matter. Thank you for the $2, Steve. No Hughes, no Dougie. Get New Jersey 95% chance of making the playoffs. Well, yeah, I mean that's because Columbus is 8 points back. They have 2 games in hand, but still 8 points back. And same with the Rangers, who are 8 points back with 1 game in hand now. So New Jersey's got a very good chance. Yeah, I mean, I agree with this, but see the only problem with this um where I have trouble with that fine line between the two is that Pittsburgh would get an unprotected pick potentially next year. But if they're just on the outside looking in, then then sure. But otherwise, they could be Pittsburgh could get that pick, and that's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought because I don't feel great about this team going into next year. Thank you for the $5, Jay Lewis. Othman should switch lines with Lafreniere. Why did Brodzinski take so long to be a regular? He couldn't make a bad Shark team. Shows lack of depth. Well, thank you for the $5 again. I agree with this. Lafreniere needs to be benched. He's been terrible. They tried moving him back to the left side. Still is not doing anything. Still can't hit the net. Can't hit water if he fell out of a boat. As for Brodzinski, I don't know. I have no clue there. No, the Rangers don't get a choice. So it's top 13 protected, which is so weird. Which more just Chris Drury once again being an idiot. Chris Drury once again being an idiot because he should have made it top 10 protected. Because outside of the top few picks, it is really bad. It's a really big fall off with this draft class. A really big fall off. And next year's draft class is far superior to this one. I don't understand why he didn't do top 10 protected. I really do not understand that. Because otherwise, yeah, it would be a no brainer to give Pittsburgh the pick for this year, barring the Rangers jumping up in the lottery to the top 3 or top 2, whatever it may be. But thank you for the $5, Steve. Devils play Columbus again next week. The real question is if New Jersey or Carolina get home ice. New Jersey beat Edmonton tonight, which was surprising. Yeah, it's similar to what happened with the Rangers and Devils a few seasons ago, where you knew the matchup. You don't know the seeding of the matchup. Yeah, we could have the rematch there. Thank you for the $2. I'd rather see DeHaan over Susie. You and I both. Carson Susie sucks. I'm right there with you, Damien. I'm right there with you. But yeah, I don't think Drury's going, sadly. Would love to see a Panthers Lightning series. You and I both. You and I both. Ideally, in a nice world, Toronto wins that division. So then we could see the Battle of Ontario and we could see the Battle of Florida in round one on that side. And then it's just going to be that's going to be a bloodbath. And then it's just going to be shit teams fighting on the other side between the PDO King Washington Capitals, the Carolina Hurricanes, who just don't win conference finals games, the New Jersey Devils, who are completely banged up and they're, they're shaky. And then you have either Columbus or the Rangers, who are Columbus or the Rangers. Not comparable, Richard. I'm sorry. No, that's not comparable. The Rangers and Panthers are not. That's not a comparison there. Yeah, one of these teams will have a Cinderella run to the ECF. Who will be? I don't know. My my gut is telling me. I don't know why I feel this way, and it's weird considering they might not even make it. I don't know why I just get this gut feeling that Columbus is just gonna like pull some sort of upset and will like if they make it, I'm saying. I feel like they're gonna pull some sort of upset and just will their way to the conference finals. Just we know the story with Johnny Gaudreau, and it's like I just feel like they're gonna rally around that and get their way to the conference finals. I can't explain why I have that gut feeling. And again, it's a hot take. It's a hot take, but I don't know why. I just get this feeling that it could happen there with them. If not, I don't know. My second pick would I guess would be Washington. Watch they pull a 2012 Kings run. If you're talking about Columbus, good for them if they do. Thank you for the $2. Just watch playoffs start. Jack and Doug, you're back. Jack Hughes will not be back. No, Jack Hughes won't be back. Dougie Hamilton, maybe. Jack Hughes ain't coming back for the playoffs. Maybe if they get deep in the playoffs, round one, no, no way. Yeah, and they have Matthew Kachuk. If you're talking about, oh yeah, I think you meant to say Caps there. Yeah, the Caps do remind me of where we were last year, where it's like the record says they're good, but something's a little off there. Like it doesn't smell right. What's going on in Washington? I could be wrong with that, but I don't know. I when you're that high of a PDO team, especially, I don't know if that's going to correlate. I wish I knew. Thank you for the $2. I wish I knew, Jay Lewis. They have one analytics guy in the front office, which that's concerning, to say the least. Why can't the Rangers be that Cinderella team? We've watched this team for 66 games. I just don't think there's a world they're that Cinderella team. Like, there's nothing here that tells me, you know what, maybe they could do it. Maybe they could be a Cinderella team. I just don't see that. Like, there's just no good stretches of 5-on-5 play, no good stretches of quality play, not any long enough stretches, I should say. I just don't see that at all. Yes, how dare me? How dare me, Carson? I don't know about Ottawa because that Ottawa's going to be on the other side of the bracket. That's not going to be easy for them if they are. It's going to be very brutal for them because they are not getting through any of those top 3 teams in the Atlantic side. Yeah. Yeah, Ottawa and their fans would be happy to be there at that point. It's been a while for them. I know Meek and Barkov are comparable. Will Borgens are Gustav Forsling. Like, how could I? How could I? All right. I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry to cut it short here, but MLB The Show drops in a bit, and I'm gonna get the audio version up and then go play MLB The Show for the night. So I do want to end it here. Thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the live stream. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. If you're listening to the audio version, give a 5-star rating and review. I would appreciate that a lot. Thank you everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.